Happy New Year, guys. It's 1st January 2024, and I'm a firm believer of however you start your first day of the new year is how your year goes. So, this one is dedicated towards fitness and a lot of other things that I slacked on in 2023. And I don't want to do this alone because you will be doing it with me. So bring a notebook and a pen, sit down comfortably because we are going to make 2024 our year. It's the first week of the year and it is time to bring some positive changes in our lives. And to do that, we need to do some reflection on 2023, identify the goods and the bads, and finally set some goals that will be achievable, actionable for 2024. Okay, yeah, I do know that New Year should not be the only time when we strive to make positive changes in our lives, but I take end of the year as an opportunity to rethink and evaluate myself. Think of it as an end of year self-evaluation. I'm going to do this self-evaluation in 4 simple steps. Identify the good things that I did last year, identify the bad things that I did last year, set some goals, and make a vision board. Let's start with the good. In 2023, I realized that authenticity is important. I was able to identify a content gap where people were only showing the goods about a place, thing, or restaurant they were trying and painting a really nice picture about it, where sometimes I felt it was super misleading. So that is why I decided that my content will only be about honest opinions, and I want to ensure that I only relay correct, unbiased, and honest opinions, no matter how bad it may sound, or whether it's a brand partnership or if someone's paying me to do it. Does not matter. I'm only going to give you honest reviews, and I'm not going to take a backseat from sharing what I actually feel about the thing I'm trying. Talking about content creation, I also took a step back from making Instagram content, and honestly, I think that was the best decision I took for myself and my mental health in 2023 because Instagram was taking out a lot from me. I was investing a lot of time, efforts, thoughts, and creativity to create Instagram content, and I realized that it is not working for me. So I was successfully able to take a step back from it, and I'm so happy about this. And if you're struggling to take a step back from something in your life as well, give it a break. Give it a break of 1 week, 2 weeks, and then see what happens. It won't break your life. It would only give you a little bit of relief from the stress you're suffering from. I also overcame internet trolls. Ever since I started posting on TikTok, I was subjected to a lot of cyberbullying and racial abuse on the platform. I tried to ignore it at first, but I am not the person who can just ignore trolls and hate comments. It builds up in me, so I understood that I have to reply. So this year, I started giving it back to internet trolls. And once I've replied, it does not bother me, but I can't simply listen and take it in and ignore. I'm not that person. The fourth thing I really did good in terms of relationship was that I realized that my partner and I have a lot of differences, and it is okay. We do not need to love the same things. We both have different priorities in life, and it is perfectly fine. Our differences have kept us together, and that is how we complement each other. And the fact that I came to this point where I understand that it's okay to have differences, it's a big achievement for me. And the last thing I did really well this year was that I opened my mind and perspective about opinions and thoughts of other people that I do not agree with. I realized that my disagreement does not mean that someone is wrong. I have learned to respect and understand the difference of opinions, and my perspective about that person does not change just because their opinion is different. Now, these were the 5 things that I did good in 2023 in my life, and now I want you to write down the 5 things that you did good in 2023 as well. And once that's done, let's move on to what we did wrong last year. For me, the one thing that I know I did wrong, and I constantly knew it, but I still kept doing it, was the fact that I gave fitness and clean eating habits a backseat. And throughout the year, I was regretting. I was trying to fall back into that routine of going to the gym every morning and eating clean, but I was not able to maintain it. I was not being consistent. I was regretting it every day. I was trying to get back into it, but for some reason, I just could not. I also let negativity get to me. I was always a person who was very positive, optimistic, and found the good in people, but this year I've just been looking at the bad side of people, things, places, and it has led to a lot of negative thoughts in my life, which I do not want to bring into 2024. I do think objectively, I do look at the pros and cons of both things, but in 2023, for some reason, I was looking at the bad sides of things a lot more than the good sides. I do not want to be this negative person, and it is time to change the mindset. And I think the reason behind this is the fact that I was investing a lot of time on content creation, and in that process, I was working a lot and ignoring myself, leading to burnout. As I mentioned before, that I was creating a lot of Instagram content on bulk basis, and that was not bringing any value to me in terms of growth on social media or in terms of anything. I was doing that constantly and I was exhausting myself in the process. So I was falling short on time, energy, dedication, passion, every single thing. And that is something I don't want to do in 2024. The fourth mistake I made last year was overspending. I went overboard with shopping. I was ordering from Amazon, I was doing online shopping, I was going out and shopping for things that I don't really need. I was going through retail therapy every single day. I don't know what happened last year, but I was overspending so much that I realized I was overspending, but it was so hard to stop. And the last thing that I did bad was that I was not showing my real feelings and not sharing a lot of things with my close people. So my father has been battling a terminal disease which is called MND, motor neuron disease, and it's incurable, and I got to know about it in around October, November-ish. His health has deteriorated ever since, and when I got to know it, I am someone who tries to battle hard situations with a strong face. I don't show my emotions, I don't show my real feelings, I don't share with a lot of people. I'm not someone who asks for help or sharing things with my partner, but there were still a lot of things that were going on in my mind which I could not really speak out. And then one day I had a breakdown. I started crying out of no reason, and there was like so much stress and so much like going on in my mind that I did not realize what is happening with me. Shutting down emotionally was one of the worst things I did to myself and for my mental health last year as well. And it's just not a nice space to be in. Now that we have identified what is good and bad that has happened throughout 2023, let's set some goals for 2024 to either improve myself or correct myself. I recently came across this concept of vision board, and I am a strong believer of manifestation. And for manifestation and for making things come true, I think it's important to have things and your goals right in front of you. I've written down all my 2024 goals on this iPad, and I will be translating it to Canva here, which will help me make something that's like more visual, and I'll have that as my wallpaper throughout the year. If this is your first time making a vision board and you're new to Canva, if you search just for vision board, you get all these templates where you can just copy and paste your photos and your goals. I'm not going to do that. I'm going to make a vision board straight from scratch and build it upon. But there are a lot of inspirations for you if you are new to this. I wrote down about 15 goals that I wanted to achieve or change in 2024, and these goals were categorized into 5 categories: relationship, personal, content creation, travel, and financial. I wanted to work on a lot of different aspects in my life, and that is why I have such diversified goals. You can have just 1 or 2 categories, it's all up to you. My topmost goal is related to content creation, where I want to achieve about 150,000 subscribers on YouTube and get the silver play button. A lot of people think that it is unachievable in a year, but if I set my mind to it, I am at least working towards getting there. And if I don't get to 150,000, I can at least get to 100,000 subscribers, and yes, maybe get that play button. And in this same area, I also want to create more authentic content and bring value to you all, to my audience. So whenever you watch my videos, you learn something from it and you take away something important that you can implement in your life. I also want to go back to basics in YouTube, learn more things that are very much in trend in industry, get some courses if needed, and just learn from other creators. This is really big. I wanted to start doing it last year, but I could not. But this year I really want to focus going back to YouTube basics. And I promise to be more organized and plan content ahead of schedule. And most importantly, I want to give Instagram a backseat, YouTube the driving seat, and TikTok the shotgun. I of course have travel goals, and I want to travel to 5 new countries in Southeast Asia this time. I also want to bring some positive changes in my personality, so I want to let go of a few things that are not working out for me and develop a few other things that I think will make my personality and my behavior better towards the world and other people. This is like a constant reminder to stop overspending, overthinking, procrastinating, overworking, intolerance, negative vibes, and become optimistic, fluid, positive, humble, authentic, and forgiving. As I mentioned earlier in the video, that fitness is going to be a top priority this year, and Rachel Dillon is my inspiration because I love the way she has a healthy relationship with food and how she works out to build lean muscle. These are my goals. I use the app that she has created called Move With Us, and I've been using it for the last 2 years. It is such a great place to learn what you can do in any kind of level, beginner, intermediate, advanced, and also you can find out what you should be eating with recipes and everything. It's an all-in-one app. I love it, and that's what I follow. So since she is my inspiration, she is going to be on my vision board. Financially, I want to attract wealth and abundance, and for this, my goals should be countable and achievable. And that is why for financial goals, I always try and involve numbers so I know what is my target and how much I have to get. Just writing down grow financially is not going to help me.
Finally, I added in some relationship goals, some extra bits to make the vision board look beautiful, like quotes and pictures. Okay, I'm done. Let's download it and make sure it's in PNG format and higher picture quality and according to your screen size. I had to resize it, but we got it right at the end. And ta-da! That's my vision board for this year, for 2024. This is what I strive to achieve and I will be working towards. If you have your goals in your mind, put them on a diary or a paper or a vision board like this and work towards them. When you have things set down or written down, it gets like inscribed in your memory, and if you see them every day, you don't forget what you are planning to achieve and what you have to work towards. So make sure you have something like this in front of you, and if I motivated you to create something like this, let me know in the comment section below, because I would love to know. And if you like this video, give me a thumbs up, and if you're new here, subscribe to my channel. I would love that, and I'll see you next time. Bye.